are you? I am bringing you a general reading for the collective around the new moon in Sagittarius with the solar eclipse. This will be at its peak at 2:42 a.m. Eastern time, so that's going to be just before midnight on the west coast of the U.S., and then very early in the morning upon waking across the pond, and later in the day at other points around the globe. So check your local listings. This is the Sagittarian new moon. So Sagittarius mansion is about spiritual and philosophical growth, an expansion, but it's also about finding our own internal compass, what's really true for us. It is, obviously travel, any education, higher education especially, anything that can expand your horizons. That's the realm of Saturn. It's very optimistic. We can take on the world with Sagittarian energy. Think of the Knight of Wands, right? No fear, just flow, just fire and let's go. But we have some interesting things going on with this particular new moon and the solar eclipse. So the first thing that's really important to know is there is this relationship. The sun and the moon are kind of holding hands at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. And then there is across the way is Gemini, because Sagittarius and Gemini are the axis directly across from each other on the zodiac wheel. So that's important to know. Gemini's still in the mix, but there is this fabulous angle. It's 150 degrees. I know I'm getting in the weeds here a little bit, but it's called the Great Eliminator Angle. And the sun and the moon together are holding that Great Eliminator angle with Uranus. So Uranus is like the lightning flash planet, right? Where there's sudden unexpected events and inspiration, helping us to change directions, and often in an instant. So think about the tower and the tower card and how you see that bolt of lightning that hits the top of the tower. Now the tower itself is Mars energy, right? It's structure. It's basically a physical embodiment of structure. And then the lightning to me is the Uranian moment where it strikes the top of the tower, which is round, the crown on the square. It's not sustainable. It blows the lid off, literally. So that's the Uranian part of the tower. But this Great Eliminator angle is usually about letting go of something that's in your way or something that doesn't serve you anymore. So even though release is normally a full moon construct, we get an opportunity with this angle to let go of something. And it may kind of be taken from us, but all to serve our highest good. So it definitely feels like a 10 of Wands mixed with a tower moment, opportunity in this Great Eliminator angle. And that's part of this cosmic reset. A lot of astrologers are calling this new moon a cosmic reset because of that connection, that linkage to Uranus. So think of the solar eclipse part of this new moon as like I heard it described as the booster rocket. So the booster, when you go into space with a rocket, the booster is what holds all the fuel and what literally propels the rocket through the atmosphere. So it helps you ascend higher and faster, essentially. And then what does the booster do? It explodes and falls away. So I'm feeling like the rocket is the new moon and the booster is the solar eclipse. And that's why many of you may have been feeling this pressure building up, maybe more anxiety. Anything that you were already normally feeling has been amplified. For me, it's been scattered energy. I literally have 5 books over there, and every day I pick up a different book and I'm like, was this the one I was reading? I can't kind of make up my mind. And so I'm not really getting the full benefit of any of them because my energy and my attention is scattered. But I'm trying to get knowledge, right? And it's all spiritual stuff, and that's astrology and moonology and all that. So it's all related. But it's almost like I'm trying to soak it up like a sponge, but I've got squirrel mind. So that's what's happening for me. And that could be your story too. Some people experiencing a lot of nervous energy and anxiety. You should be able to come out on the other side of this solar eclipse and boom, that should be done. It will not linger long. That's the whole point. It's going to be like a flashbang. And then We all get to kind of calm down. Interestingly enough, the next 2 years, the planets aren't doing much. This past 2 years has been cray-cray because a lot of the planets have been making hard angles and have been bumping up against each other for the past 2 years, demanding change of all of us. And then the next 2 years, none of that. So we're kind of going to get through this new moon solar eclipse and then smooth sailing into 2021. Well, you know, the first month or so, there are a couple things, but we'll have our eclipses and we'll have our retrogrades. But generally speaking, we've learned what we needed to learn. We either did or we didn't, and we're going to move on. So I hope that brings some of you a sense of calm. Remember, Sag is optimistic. Set your personal intentions that are powerful because of the extra booster that you're getting from the solar eclipse, and also address what you want more of. More is the key word for your intentions. So the reason why I say that is because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of more, of expansion. So definitely don't be afraid to set powerful intentions where you're saying, I want this thing, or I'm going to do this thing to bring this about, and I want more of that, and more of that, and more of that. And don't be afraid. It's not greedy in any way, shape, or form. This is the opportunity to ask for more of what you want. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to get to our oracle for this particular new moon. And I think going forward, I'm just always going to use this new deck, Moonology Manifestation. I don't get any kickbacks for saying it, but it's Yasmin Boland's second edition. Like, it's a totally different approach to her Moonology deck, but it's all about manifestation, and I think it works best for new moons. So I'm going to use the old deck for the full moons and this deck for the new moons. And the first card out is New Moon in Gemini. Perfect, right? We got 2 Gemini cards actually, which is great since that's on the opposite side from where the moon is right now, and it says, think it through. Now, with this card, it's telling you that a positive outcome is ahead, but it requires a positive mindset. So think things through, get out of the weeds of any negativity, focus on an expectation that everything will unfold for your highest good and will serve your expansion and abundance. So I love this card. The next card out, another Gemini, first quarter moon in Gemini, says, speak your world into being, which is perfect for the solar eclipse part, actually. But I like that we get think it through and speak your world into being. Almost comes through to me like think before you speak. And be careful what words you're saying, right? And also, you kind of have to, when you set intentions, you have to believe that you can achieve them, that they're possible, and that you're deserving. Remember, you have to think about it, and then you have to kind of feel it in your heart chakra, and you also have to speak it into existence. This is the perfect new moon to either speak into a recorder or physically write out, hand write, don't type, hand write out your intentions. So I'm really loving that, but this is about believing in your magic. So when you speak your world into being, you are doing that because you believe in your own magic. So do you really believe you can manifest? Because if you don't, you got to fix that first. And that's what this is about. If you've got any lingering doubts, that's what has to go. That's what you're going to release with this eliminator angle to Uranus, right? In an instant, no more doubts. And then the last card out is full moon in Leo, and it says go wild. And I like this because the focus is, again, on the positive. Control things a little less, enjoy the ride a little more, let your hair down, go wild, which is a nice match to Sagittarian energy, to have this kind of, this aspect of play involved. This may be the right time to throw caution to the wind, go a little wild with your manifestation rituals. Having fun is one of the most powerful ways to manifest anyway. So, you know, make your rituals something lighthearted and fun for you. It could be, you know, a mandala, or you could do a crystal grid, you know, something that kind of draws off your creativity, and that allows you to think and speak your intentions into being. Yes, I like it. Okay, so I'm going to do an abbreviated, just gave you a lot of information. I hope you found it helpful. Going to do a modified Celtic cross, and this is what's going to be fun for the extended. I'm going to go all around the zodiac as I normally do, but for those of you who missed the Divine Feminine reading that I put up a couple days ago, you may want to check that out. And the extended was super well received. It was a little bit reduced in price, well, more than a little bit, and a lot of you got a lot out of it and came back to let me know. So thank you for that. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm not going to do a yes or no spread in the extended, but I am going to go very quickly around the zodiac, Aries through Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And the question is, where are the opportunities for magic and expansion in my connection? So the reason why I say that is here's the magic, here's the expansion first, right? This is what we're dealing with the new moon. We've got the Wheel of Fortune as Sagittarius. That's the expansion part. Then opposite, on the other side, remember what I said was, hold on, let me put this down. I'm having troubles. We've got the magic and the connection, Gemini, Gemini. So this is really Gemini and Virgo, but it's Gemini, magic, Gemini in the connection, across from Sagittarius, which is the expansion. So that's the question. Where are the opportunities for magic and expansion in my soul connection? That's going to be the extended. I'm going to go all around the zodiac. So the link's below. But let's take a look at what we've got going on. What is our present energy? Where might we be having a challenge? And let me take a look at all of this for this new moon in Sagittarius. Ooh, Queen of Wands. And the Sun. Oh my gosh, happy, happy. Let me just get everything out here. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Yeah, Seven of Wands, very cool. Okay, so I feel as if I'm seeing the Tower here going forward, so I'm just going to speak to it right now. We've come so far, we've learned so much. We've got the strength card there. We're gathering up our confidence, and we know we can overcome any challenges and anything that's unexpected. We are already wise. We've been on our solitary journey. We have a lot of gathered up insight now that will serve us as we try to overcome any obstacles. So I'm just seeing the Tower as that eliminator angle. Like I said, the lightning flash that hits the top of the tower. Anything that is no longer sustainable in our connections will fall away, because that's what we will stand up for, right? This is almost coming through as solar plexus energy saying, no, you've got to create the boundaries, and you've got to kind of step up for yourself, and you're wiser now. So whatever needs to fall away, we won't resist that. I almost feel like the Seven of Wands in that case is coming through reverse. But for the main part of the reading, Queen of Wands, and there's the Sun. So I'm feeling like the Sun is coming through, supporting us as we step into our power. I'm feeling feminine power coming through, just so you're clear, with the Queen of Wands. This is where we do believe in our magic, right? Because look at the little black cat at her feet. We do believe in the magic. We are focused on our happiness at this point. And so whatever we have to let go of, we have to let go of. Right? Okay, underneath, Nine of Pentacles. This is, on some level, we may be unattached and single at this point, or not in connection with our divine counterpart. For many of you, that's the case. You're in some measure of no communication, separation, whatever, but you're kind of feeling okay about it. I'm feeling like the Nine of Pentacles is like, you know what? I'm living my best life. I know how to bring creature comforts that make me feel powerful and empowered. I know how to make that all happen. This is very much law of attraction energy as well. So that's serving you underneath. What are you bringing from the past forward now to serve you as you move forward? Yeah, you've already dealt with with a crap ton of emotions. There may have been some that were very overwhelming. There could have been some things that were unresolved. I'll clarify it, but you're bringing that into the forefront, and you're kind of feeling empowered now. What's crowning you here, Three of Swords, that will serve you with regard to your desired outcome is, right? Yeah, the pain is falling away. We're healing our broken hearts, and that pain serves us well. I feel as if the future is the release, the total release, just as I said, the offloading. What did I say was the Ten of Wands moment? I can't remember. Yeah, the Great Eliminator angle, that tower. However, it almost comes in to say that sitting in this energy is no longer serving us. That's what has to go. Now it makes sense. Okay. Had a moment. And then we're stronger now. We're gathering our confidence. We've learned a lot on this last year and a half journey, and a year and a half to 2 years pretty much. And we're ready for whatever needs to fall away. And we're not going to resist it. Okay. So let's look at the Queen of Wands. We have Leo, Aries, Leo, Sag. We have some Virgo, Leo, Virgo, Aries. So let's see. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of stuck energy. Almost as if the Nine of Cups with the Ten of Swords, and underneath is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is coming through in this part of the reading as self-care. Sort of making sure you get everything back, all your ducks in a row, get back on track. It's underneath because on some level you know it's what you need to do. It's part of your focus going forward. And the Nine of Cups with the Ten of Swords to me feels like resignation, almost like I'm resigned to the fact that, I just came through this painful cycle. There's nothing I can do about it. So the Nine of Cups is coming through as more complacency, almost like there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just going to accept it and move on, take care of myself, shore up my own life. That's why the Nine of Pentacles is here, because now you're kind of flying solo, or you're still flying solo for some of us, yours truly included. I feel like on some level, though you're moving forward cautiously, there's a story that needs to be told. That Knight of Swords feels like, well, that's your way of looking at it. This is what I have to say about it. But treading very carefully and cautiously. Ace of Cups underneath, right? Because if this is the one you love, you certainly don't want to speak out of turn. Remember what it says, think it through, speak your world into being. And I said, think before you speak. That's what I'm seeing here. Like you're going to really weigh things out and be very deliberate and intentional with regard to anything, any conversation with this person who's kind of coming through. Like I'm feeling the Ace of Cups is underneath as you saying, I don't want to step in it with this person. I do have something to say, but I'm going to approach it very methodically and deliberately and intentionally, and not kind of let things just slip out, because this is somebody I really do love and care about. Ace of Cups. In the past, this Seven of Cups. Yeah, I feel like the wisdom, what you're bringing here is like, yeah, it was overwhelming when this person walked away and left you on your own, right? There's the twin flame connection, the 1111 card. You didn't get the beginning to a potential life partnership that you thought was in the cards for you. And I'm feeling like either you walked away because it was just too emotionally overwhelming, or they did, doesn't matter. Here you are, that Nine of Pentacles, on your own. And I'm not saying it like all alone and lonely, because it's not that kind of a pity party energy. It's very empowered. It's like, look, it didn't work out. I'm on my own, and I'm bringing everything I learned, all the emotional overwhelm, everything I had to sort through. I mean, this card here is like a grab bag of crazy. If you look at some of the things in the cups, right? It can be a little terrifying to explore what the heck just happened here. But I feel like that has already been accomplished for the most part. And now what crowns you is the Three of Swords. You know what you want. You know who you are at your core. You know that a connection requires equal give and take and reciprocity. There is no basis for a connection without it. And this is your belief. This is what you have learned through the pain. What you have learned as a result, where you're gaining your strength here. Right? What didn't kill you has made you stronger and more clear about what your beliefs are about conventional committed relationship here in 3D, and the need for things to be reciprocal, for there to be some measure of buy-in, for some kind of energetic, not just reciprocity, but generosity with their time, with their energy, with their resources, with their spirit. So I feel like what you've learned from it, what you've gained from it, has made you even more clear about who you are and what your beliefs are in terms of relationship and partnership. 10 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, there may be some hiccups. I do see this final release, but not before you give it the once over. 10 of Wands, 10 of Wands, right? The bookends. And in the middle, we've got Queen of Cups, and we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man represents a little bit of a delay as you assess the whole situation. You look at the thing from all angles, and then it's the final surrender. Doing so with an open heart, a compassionate heart, compassion for yourself as well as your divine counterpart as you close out this cycle. And yeah, I'm feeling like on some level, so much has been learned and gained that whatever has to be removed in an instant to catapult you forward is something I do not believe you will resist. I'm going to clarify just the 7 of Wands to be sure. Right. Yeah. You're ready for the new beginning. What you're kind of pushing back on, remember I said solar plexus, I know who I am, what I want, what I deserve, how I see the situation. Yeah. 7 of Swords, no bueno. I kind of feel like the 7 of Wands is that fire in the belly, that inner constitution, that strong solar plexus where you kind of lay down the boundaries. And I'm seeing sometimes the 4 of Pentacles is not wanting to let go of something, but other times it's holding your cards right here. Say, wait a minute, nope, this is the boundary. I'm not going to be just, open for another round of bloodletting. These are my boundaries, and standing in your power and your certainty. And underneath is that Ace of Wands, because on some level you're feeling inspired. You're feeling the inspiration that comes with that bolt of lightning. And sometimes it's like an aha moment. This card can represent epiphany as well. So I feel like you're going to have that aha moment, and anything that needs to fall away that doesn't serve you and that hasn't been kind to you will fall away. So that is the reading. Let me tell you who showed up. We've got Queen of Wands, as I said, can be Aries, Leo, Sag. I just feel it's feminine collective, stepping into their power, believing in their magic. The Sun is happiness. Right? It's Leo. We have Queen of Pentacles, can be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm feeling that as the groundedness, like getting grounded again. We do have more Virgo in the 9 of Pentacles, which is out twice. We have Taurus in the Hierophant. Queen of Cups can be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I feel that's our empathy coming through, our open-heartedness. Even as we let go of something, we do so with an open heart. We wish You know, anyone that if it's a person we're letting go of, we wish them well. If it's an energy that we're letting go of, if it's a dynamic we're letting go of, we do it with sensitivity and compassion and grace, most of all. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Pisces in the Hanged Man. This part is all three major arcana, Leo, Virgo, Aries, and I'm feeling that Uranus, that lightning strike that I said for the eliminator angle. And what we're eliminating and letting go of is anybody who doesn't deal with us on the level. Right? Take your shady shit somewhere else is what I hear the feminine saying, if in fact that's your storyline. So as I said, the link for the extended is below. I'm going to go Aries through Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It will go pretty quick. It'll just be 2 cards. Where are the opportunities for magic and expansion? I'm looking for magic and expansion, and I'll kind of read it as a little story. So I hope to see you there. Otherwise, new moon blessings for all, and really take advantage of that illuminator angle. You're getting a little bit of an extra dose of release this time around. So take care. See you when I see you. Bye for now.